Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to this Wednesday, March 1st. March 1st. How did it get to be March 1st already? And yet, here we are. Welcome to this Wednesday night break. Welcome to the celebration of love. At this point, I would like to bring in our wonderful musician, Pierre Gautreau, who is going to open us with a fabulous song. Welcome, Pierre. I don't see you on here yet, but I'm sure that you're here. Welcome and take it away with your song if you're there, sir.
I think, am I here now?
You're there now.
I'm
Hey,
there.
before we do this, I just want to say our community wishes you a happy birthday, sir.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah, actually, my screen kind of went sideways, so now I don't see you, but you can hear me and see me, and that's all good.
I can hear you. It's wonderful.
All right. You can hear me, though.
Welcome. Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yep.
here we go.
Absolutely.
I hope your days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you want to go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door close, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find grace in every mistake, and you always give more than you take. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. This is my wish. Don't you know somebody loves you? This is my wish.
Well, Pierre, so there's times when you hear a song and it resonates at the perfect time. That was the perfect time and the perfect words. Thank you. So in tune.
Oh, that's so great.
Literally, I love it. May your dreams be big. May your dreams stay big, and may you life always becomes what you want it to. I mean, and know that you are loved. Wow, thank you for sharing that inspirational song. I love it.
And that was a Rascal Flatts tune, by the way, and it's called My Wish.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that wish from Rascal Flatts.
It was my pleasure.
You did an amazing job. Thank you. Really felt that.
Thank you,
sir. All right. And we'll see you a little bit later.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. I just want to take this moment to say welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Global Truth Center Toronto's Wednesday night service. So grateful that you showed up with your consciousness here this evening. What I'd like to do is just to bring us into this moment all together. So we'll do a little bit of an affirmative prayer or treatment and just basically let this evening unfold perfectly. So trusting and knowing that wherever you are, whatever time you're here, that you're exactly where you need to be. Trusting and knowing that you recognize that you're an individualized expression of this grandness, this life, and that every breath you take in is fresh air. Every breath you take in is fresh, and every breath that you release as you breathe out is air that's already used. It's already been used in our body, and so we release it. And just recognize that as with breath, so true is with thoughts and life in general. It's always moving. It's never stagnant. So just as you sit there tonight and allow yourself to be inspired when you have your meditation, or when you hear a song, or perhaps when you hear speak, just know that is you showing up. That is you making a conscious choice to be here and live in that truth, that light, and give yourself this 1 hour. It's a gift. So just like every breath in is a gift and every exhale is a gift. And that is the source of life. So that is the source of what is meant to be. And so we're here tonight actually to recognize that truth, that light, that love, that joy. That is what our intention is. So trust and know that you're here on purpose, that you're here on time. I'm grateful for you being here. And we release that into the world, knowing that the energy that we share goes out into the world. So thank you for showing up. And I would like to now introduce our ministerial student, who's a practitioner, but also a ministerial student. And that would be Nick Martelli. He does amazing meditation. So sit back and enjoy this amazing meditation with incredible Nick. Hello, Nick. How are you this evening?
Very good.
Good. Good to hear. Take it away. I'm looking forward to being part of this meditation as well.
Okay, I'm Nick Martelli, and I've already been introduced. Thank you, Fred. And I'm going to do a guided meditation from a script I wrote several years ago. I titled it Live the Life of Your Choice. And I pulled it out of the archive because it seemed appropriate for our theme of choice this month. It's an extended spiritual mind treatment, which is our form of affirmative prayer. And I'm going to include some silence so that you can do your own praying. I invite everyone to just relax, put everything out of your mind, and just be present. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. I invite everyone to pay attention to your breath without changing anything. Just relax. Let the breath fall in easily, gently, and fully, with no effort. Be aware of the energy all around you. And keep in mind that all of us present on this live stream, everyone who's going to listen to this meditation in the archive, we're all drawing our energy from one origin, one source. Feel your weight sinking toward the earth which supports all of us. There is one origin of creation. I call it God, Spirit, universal mind, universal love, the quantum field. The source of creation is love. Love is the essence at the core of all creation. And in universal mind, there is a spectrum of possibilities. All possibilities are present. And all the possibilities in universal mind come into our experience by the intention we set. Intention is the key to creation. And I know that I set my intention as I open up to universal love to create my perfect experience. And just as I set my intention, I know that everyone equally is bringing their own intention and their own experience into creation. I know that universal mind is full of life and vitality, and I look around and see life and vitality everywhere. In nature, in every person that I meet. Universal vitality is constantly transforming, constantly moving toward its best possible expression. And this is what I call good health. Life and vitality and health mean different things to different people. I invite everyone to think about life and vitality in your own way. And I encourage everyone to continue to breathe deeply and fully. Universal mind is abundant, and all of that abundance is there for me to the extent that I'm open to receive. There are many kinds of abundance. Abundance of wealth, abundance of support, abundance of time. Every one of us thinks about abundance in our own way. And I invite everyone to think about abundance in your own life, whatever's important to you. And continue to breathe deeply and fully. Universal mind is love. And love is the truth of all my experience. Love is the truth of all my relationships. And I see the loving Creator in everyone I meet. I'm free to live in harmony, forgive whenever I have to, and recognize the perfection of everyone. And I'm free to hold myself in the highest esteem, to love myself. All regrets are mine to release as I experience universal love. Love, relationship, they all mean different things to different people. I invite everyone to think about relationship in your own way, the relationships that are important to you. And I invite everyone to continue to breathe deeply and fully. I am a light shining in the world, offering my creativity to everyone all the time. I'm grateful for the gifts that are mine to offer to the world. And I see that creative light in everyone, expressed in a bounty of different ways. Each of us bring our own gifts and follow our own life path. I invite everyone to think about creativity in your own way. And continue to breathe deeply and fully. I invite everyone to think about the spectrum of possibilities that are present in universal mind. The spectrum of all the things that are possible. I offer everyone this truth. My mind is infinite and loving. And in this array of possibilities, this marvelous array of possibilities, I invite everyone to answer a question. What would I do, have, or be if I was sure to succeed? Open up and get an answer to that from your inner knowing. I invite everyone to sit with the image that came up. Put yourself into it and feel the experience. Be completely present to it. I now offer everyone a minute of silence to just enjoy the experience of what you're bringing into creation. And now I invite everyone back to listen to these words. Life and vitality, abundance, relationship, creativity, all of these things I am grateful for. Just as each of us create in our own unique way, each of us gives gratitude in our own unique way. And I invite everyone to give gratitude. From this place of gratitude, I step into my life and live it well. My life is a masterpiece, and I am creating it according to my intention. My word is the law, and I release my word as law. And I invite everyone to join me in saying, and so it is. And now, I invite everyone to be present to the remainder of the service. Thank you for participating in the guided meditation. Namaste.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. But once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. But once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. But once I decide to change my mind, decision right here and now. Love is my decision, right here and now.
Well, Pierre, that is an elegant decision you're making.
Well,
I think
thank
I
you.
feel steeped in the love. Absolutely. And making that decision, that's a place to be from for sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, we'll see you again a little bit later. Thank you for that wonderful song. And if I can bring Nick back in now. Hello, Nick. Where are you, Nick? I'm not sure that I can see you on screen. I just wanted to say, you know what? Thank you for that incredible meditation. Really, it's amazing how grounding it is. And it's so simple. It's 15 minutes of just being steeped and being guided through whatever it is. And you just did that beautifully. Thank you, sir.
Well, I try to draw everybody into it.
Yeah.
I made everyone listening do a little bit of work, but I guess that's okay.
That is okay. That's what part of a guided meditation is, right? It's kind of like do some thinking, do some thoughts, go deeper, right? And so you know what I love during your meditation that you stated that everybody who's listening now, but also everybody who's listening whenever you're listening is the right time for you. I wish there was a way that we could almost make it like mandatory that everybody participate on Wednesday night for the meditation, just to give yourself that break. If nothing else, tune out the talk, tune out everything else, but just come in for that meditation. It could really make a difference in people's lives. And that's what our intention is ultimately, isn't it? Is to help people, feel energetically on a different spot than maybe they were.
Yes, that sounds wonderful.
Absolutely. And Nick, I just wanted to ask you, we haven't spoken in a while about this. How is ministerial school going with you? Because there's really only a few months left, isn't there?
I have been moving along thinking about a timeline that wasn't the timeline the teacher was on. And I had that kind of rudely brought to my attention. I'm going to be a minister by about the first week of June. Right.
There's a declaration.
And I discovered that I have a rather difficult challenge. I got accepted to a big storytelling conference. It was a wonderful honor to get accepted, but it falls in the same week that I'm doing all of my examinations. I'm going to have to take a trip to Sudbury, and then I'm going to have to take a trip to California right after that. And I might possibly have to write an exam during the week of the conference. I'll have to take time off from that and write an exam. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Nick, it can be done. I have to tell you, because of course I became a minister during when COVID, and we were all in lockdown, and I was supposed to fly to California, but that didn't happen. And I bought this house with the intention that I was actually going to be done my paneling, and like you just declared, I'm going to be a minister. So so I know that I'm going to get it done. Well, COVID hit, and so we had to do it online, and I did it the same week that I moved in here. And so I remember thinking, this is crazy. How am I going to do this? I mean, we had a dinner the night before, an online dinner, and I'm sitting on a box, everything else is packed. I mean, I arrived here. So it can be done. It will be done. And actually, I would venture to say that you will probably, because it's so compartmentalized, the timing of everything, that you will probably do better than if it was willy-nilly and that was the only thing you had to do. So trust that.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Trust that, my friend. Trust it. Don't let that be the thing that freaks you out. I want to talk to you a little bit about the theme this month. It's choice, and it follows right on the month of prosperity. What do you think of that? How do you connect those two, choice and prosperity? Be interesting to get your take.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I've been taking a look at my cash flow the last few weeks and thinking, where's the prosperity? But as I've been thinking a lot, prosperity can take so many different forms. I I had I had a wonderful conversation with the teacher, Dr. James Mellon, and yourself. Thank you. And that really moved me forward and made me think that everything I have to do is doable, and it gave me a greater conviction about that. So prosperity can take a lot of different forms.
Absolutely. I mean, if it were just money and just based on what we had in the bank, many of us would not be consider ourselves prosperous, just so to speak. But that's not what it represents. It represents all things, doesn't it? So that's what I hope people took away last month, for sure. And actually, in terms of self, in terms of your ability to recognize the abundance and that you're going to get this done, that is also living in prosperity. And the choice that you're stepping into and continue to step into is also part of the prosperity.
That's right. My prosperity in this case was tied to choice quite a bit.
Absolutely. So that's wonderful. Good to hear. Another thing I wanted to ask about choice, we often talk about in this philosophy, we tie everything back to this philosophy. In your mind, choice in this philosophy, how does choice marry with our philosophy, some of our philosophical views?
Well, the ministerial program now includes advanced consciousness studies. And in advanced consciousness studies, we talk about quantum physics and how these brilliant scientists really discovered that they observe what they're looking for. And you can take that out of the lab and think that that's a way of life, that I get what I'm looking for, and that's what I experience. And that gives me an incredible choice. And choice is built into our view of the world. We've been talking about the philosophy that comes out of the new discoveries in science. And an author who was previously a physicist, now I would say he's a spiritual philosopher, Amit Goswami. And choice is at the center of everything that's happening. And the two worlds of spirituality and science have really come together in a very nice way, which I have to say pleases me a lot.
Absolutely. And that's why we're part of Science of Mind or religious science, because we recognize that marrying between this universal consciousness and our own consciousness, and what we're contributing to that too. And when you think of it, the plethora, the amount of choice that we have over everything. I mean, it can be overwhelming, but yet it's simple, right? It's simple if we're just living our truth, isn't it?
And the numerous authors, the historic ones and the modern ones, have said we can exercise our choice unconsciously, or we can take control of it and make it work for us.
Absolutely.
We're choosing all the time, and we can do it with consciousness if we want to.
Absolutely. And why wouldn't we do it consciously? We're doing it anyway, right? So, and when you talk about historically, Spirits in Rebellion, which is one of the books that you've had to read for ministerial school, you've had to go through as well. I mean, there's so many historical references to people who were not spiritual, but sort of became spiritual through science, like through their experiences of healing and so on. So I love, that's what I love about this movement. And we're not meant to be stagnant. We're meant to actually continue to move forward all the time. And where we were in the 1800s, in the early 1800s, is not where we're supposed to be now, although the same principles may apply. Yeah, it's wonderful. Nick, thank you for actually spending some time talking with me. That's wonderful. And good luck with all your studies and everything that's going on. And we will see you at the end. But before I let you go, do you have the affirmation there?
I do. I'll read it once and um, then everyone repeat it with me. I stand in the freedom to choose the life I desire. And together, I stand in the freedom to choose the life I desire.
That's incredible. I stand in the freedom to choose the life that I desire. Imagine thinking that there's choice in the life that we desire. Imagine. So unbelievable, isn't it? Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Incredible. And we'll see you a little bit later near the end of the service as well. Thank you for your consciousness. And again, I welcomed everybody before. I want to welcome you and say glad that you're here to share your time, which is showing your prosperity with us. And I want to say that our theme this month is choice. So you have made the right choice to show up. Thank you. So last month we did talk about prosperity consciousness, and I trust that each of you are already living a fuller, richer life because of that, and that you're applying the things that we talked about in your life, and that is making a difference. Continue to practice some of those things that we discussed, the things that work for you, and know that you are always at choice. That is what we live. We live in this volition, this choice with how we live our lives. And like Nick said, prosperity just isn't in what's in the bank or just finances or anything else. It's all of it. It's prosperity and consciousness in terms of what is it that I'm bringing to everything that I do, and recognizing that you're right where you need to be, and that is a choice that you've made. And so it's brought you where you need to be. And also, as Nick said, choice is something that we're already doing. We're always doing it. Whether we're doing it consciously or unconsciously, we're always making choices. We're making them every day of our lives. We're making choices, food that we eat. We're making choices for the friends that we have, for the activities that we do. For love, we're making choices with who we're spending our time with. The question is, are you making the right choices in your life for you? Are you making the right choices? You know how you know if you're making the right choices? Take a look at your life. Are things working for you in your highest good? Are you truly living your best life? The life that you desire, as we say? If you aren't, then maybe you need to make some different choices that are in alignment with what that is. We often use the phrase, I just wanted to say this, we often use the phrase individualized expressions of the whole, or individualized expressions. And I just wanted to talk about that and how that relates to choice. So we are individualized expressions. Each and every one of us are our own individual expression of God, of nature, of the universe, of the human race. I mean, whatever you want to call it, we're all connected to this divine source, this light, this breath that we're all breathing. And to be an individualized expression, it simply means that you see the way you see the world, the way that you see the world. And many of the things that change the way we see the world, or the way the world shows up for us, is based on the choices that we make. We make choices, and the world starts to reflect that. Each day, each situation, we're all faced with choice. Like I said, from the clothes we wear to the food we eat to where we are. I remember hearing a practitioner describe the creative process, which we've talked about before, the creative process about putting things in. And he often talks about it in terms of baking a cake, and talks about it in terms of the ingredients. So if you think about it, you have thousands of possibilities for ingredients. You have all of the ingredients in the world. You got to think, when you're making the cake, what ingredients do I put into the cake? Because the cake is going to end up tasting or being a certain way based on the ingredients that you put into that cake. So let's say you have a million options for ingredients. The ones you choose will determine the way the cake tastes or the experience of the cake. So here's a suggestion: don't add vinegar. It's a choice. Don't add vinegar. I mean, unless you love vinegar in your cake, in which case, have at it. Use it a lot and have the cake that has vinegar. But the idea is that if you want a cake that doesn't have vinegar, don't put vinegar in there. And the same is true with the choices in our lives. Our lives are like that a lot. Whatever we can decide, whatever it is determines the direction that we go. Or I think about, here's another proverbial thought, or something that we talk about when we say, if there's a fork in the road, which path do I choose? And which path you choose takes you to different destinations. So, and it also determines the path and the experience that you have. So I've heard some people say that when you see a fork in the road, take it. I mean, do something, because you have to make a decision. You know, we can't get frozen in that non-decision, that not making a choice, because that's when we start to feel stuck in our life. But here's the best part about making a decision, is that you can change it at any time. You can decide that this path, you know, some of the choices that we made, you know, may bring us down a path that we didn't want to go. So remember that you get to decide what path you're on. And if you don't like it, you can make a different choice based on something that you've discovered. You know, you've discovered that this is no longer the path for me, so you can make a different choice. And that's what volition is. And here's the best part. Some choices are definitely more challenging than others in life. That is true. But the beauty is, as I say, if you make a choice that doesn't suit your life, you can always choose or make a different choice and change it. You know, we get to see the gift in our choices. We can take a step back and say, yep, not for me anymore, and it's time for me to change. So I was thinking, you know, this popped into my head. It's like, well, Reverend Fred, you know, you might say, what about the choices that we made that we cannot change the outcome of? You know, for example, I don't know, like having children. I mean, once you decide to have children, you can't go, okay, I don't want to have children anymore. You can't undo some decisions in that way. And that is very correct. But what we can do, truthfully, is we can use those decisions that we made that may not have been the best decisions for us. And we can actually use them to guide future decisions that we make. We can actually make different choices based on what we now know. And again, the idea is to see the gift in the choices that you made, you know. So, you know, there's going to be great things about your children. So maybe it was a decision that you might have wanted to make something different, but guess what? There's gifts in it as well. There's gifts in whatever decision that you make. There are also consequences. And there's some circumstances in life that make us think, you know, what was I thinking? Have you ever thought of that? What was I thinking when I made that decision? The reality, though, is that we didn't make that decision based on where we are now. We made that decision based on where we were then. We made that decision with all the knowledge that we had at that time. And now that we have new knowledge, we may make a different decision, but we can't look back on a decision and, you know, hold ourselves to that, because we were at a different place in a different time. You know, we made it a time that was there, that was now, but it was now then. And now we know different things. So now that we see things differently, we get to make a different choice. And again, that's the power in choice, right? That is the power in choice, that we can always make a different decision based on everything that we've known from before. Have you ever met people who make the same choices that are not working for them? Maybe they do it again and again and again. They continue to make decisions that are not the greatest for them. Don't do that. Don't make decisions that aren't for your highest good, because your true freedom is in having volition. It is in having the choice. It is that you can make the choice consciously. As Nick said, why not make those conscious choices rather than allowing the universe or allowing the decision to be made for us? Either way, we're making a choice. Make that choice from a conscious place of your highest good and the highest good of everyone around you, your family, your friends, but for your highest good, because when you're living your highest good, like they say when you're on an airplane, you know, if the mask comes down, put yours on first, and then the small children and everybody else is afterwards. You got to take care of yourself. I read a meme, and this was it was along this lines. It said that your mistake was something that was there to teach you, and it's not a life sentence. So if you find yourself having made decisions that are not for your highest good now, make other decisions, but don't hold yourself to that for the rest of your life. That was a moment in a time in your life, and now you're at a different time, so you get to make forward. I sometimes think about, why do people get stuck in decision making, but I think about some of the things that I heard from my parents. Do you ever hear this from your parents? You made your bed, so now you got to lie in it. Well, think about that. That makes making other choices difficult, because it's like, well, this is it, I made my choice, I'm just going to lay here for the rest of my life and let the world go by. No, make different choices. You know better, right? Don't believe that old paradigm that you made your bed, you lay in it. No, you made your bed, it wasn't comfortable. Make another bed, find another bed, whatever it is. Make different choices. You're not held by it. That's an old paradigm. We no longer need to. Don't do that. Also, but no wonder we sometimes struggle. And I know I've quoted her before, but she's one of the greats, really, Maya Angelou. And she said, when we know better, we can do better. And think about that. When we know better, we can do better. When we know that our choices could be different, you know what? Let's start making different choices that are better for our highest good. When we have more information, we start listening from the gut. And when we start to do that with love and intention, we know what's right for us. We know what's right for ourselves when we just sit quietly and do that. And when we do not seek the opinions of others, because how many of us do that? We seek the opinions of others and we listen, and everybody tells us different ideas and different thoughts. You got to listen to your own mind. You got to listen to your own soul. Only you know what your story is. Only you know what yours is to do. So listen to that. When we're truly connected to the divine, to the spirit, to life, to the universe, to that place of love, and when we live from that place of truth for ourselves, we make right choices. I want you to hear that. When you're living in that place of love and knowing who you are, that's when you can make right choices in your life. You make the best decisions for you when you're truly living at that highest self. To me, I've long said that there are no mistakes or no bad decisions when they are made with truth and love. I mean, have you ever made a bad choice? I can look at a few that I've made that I would consider bad choices. But here's the question: did you learn from them? Did you learn something from it? Even if it means I will never do that again, did you learn something from it? Because if you did, then it wasn't really a bad choice. It was just an opportunity for you to learn something. So I want to say this to you, wherever you are on your pathway, just recognize that you made some choices that brought you right where you are. And the good news is that that you truly do have the power of choice, that you can make choices that change where you're going next. You may not be able to make choices that get you in a different place now, but right now you can make choices that actually take you to a different spot. The consequences are not always bad. When we talk about consequences, there are good consequences as well that can come from any decision that we make. This month, become aware of every choice you make, from what we talked about earlier, from what you wear in the morning to what you eat. Just become conscious of those choices, to who you spend time with, maybe to your route to work, maybe some of the thoughts. Yes. Oh, yes. Your thoughts. Be consciously aware of the choices that you're making with your thoughts. How am I feeling today? Horrible. Don't make that choice. Make a different choice. Become aware of your thoughts and everything around you. It's all choices. And then really pay attention to the experiences that you have this month, and recognize that when they are not consistent with what you want in your life, that is when it's really important for you to start to see the myriad of choices that you can make that actually help you to get to the place where you do want to get. Go to those choices that help support your highest good. If your choices are not taking you in the direction of life you want to go, simply make better choices. That's it. But be conscious of it. The best choice about being responsible for your life where you are now is that you can be responsible for your life moving forward as well. So you get to choose the life that you desire, as we say. May the abundance of last month's theme, prosperity, may it spill into this, all the wonderful choices that you're going to make this month. Make the choice to step into the truth of it and then release it. Release, know the truth, make the decision, release the outcome, and watch the results come to you. Watch the results this month show up for you. So start you living the life that you desire. Watch what shows up. Namaste, everyone. And just want to say, thank you. And just, your choice for even being here tonight makes a big difference. And I wanted to say, our center does run on donation. So if you're inspired to do so, please feel free to send us a donation. You can send your donations to go to our website, Global Truth Center Toronto. You can also go to info@globaltruthcenter.com, and you can send a donation that way. We also have PayPal in there as well, if anybody wants to do that. If you're not in the country, sometimes it's hard to do a Canadian transfer, but in PayPal, they can do that. So I invite you to do that if you're compelled to do so, but always do it from that place of love and abundance. Don't do it from an obligation. Do it from a place of love, and stay in that energy. I wanted to remind everyone that there's classes. Oh, by the way, when you're at the website too, sign up for our newsletter. Sign up for the e-newsletter. It comes out on Tuesdays. It tells you what's coming up in the service. So sign up for that for information as well. We're also nearing the end of our program with Dr. Lori Savage for the Mystical Universe. So a couple of classes left. I know that everybody who's doing it is enjoying it. I would like to do some special thanks to Carrie. Carrie, thank you so much for doing all the administration stuff in the background and making us look good. The magnificent and creative birthday boy, talented Pierre. Thank you, Pierre, so much. And to our incredible minister in training, Nick. Nick, thank you. And I wanted to say a couple of highs. I see people online that are saying hello to me. I've got I want to say Darlene and Lena, and you might be on there, Maria. I know there's so many people on there that I want to say hi to. I can see you if you say hi. I can't see you. I don't know you're there if you're not, but I do know that some of you are there. I've been watching that as well. So, but I get to see who's watching and stuff. So thank you so much for that, for bringing your consciousness here tonight. Man, that's what we need. Our community is a wonderful community. We're thriving. I know that we're growing. Keep thinking that. Keep knowing that. If you've got someone on your list who needs to get this message, who hears something inspirational tonight, whether it's the music, the meditation, the words, whatever it is, please send this to them. Give them a chance to listen. This is what we're here to do. We're here to expand consciousness. Agreed, Nick?
Yes.
Agreed, Pierre?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, listen, Pierre, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Pierre, play us out.
Okay.
With this fabulous song.
This is an original I wrote a long time ago called The Best It Can Be. Days become weeks and weeks become months. I blinked, months became years. Time slips away each and every day. Could have swore I was just here. When the moment's gone, it's time to move on. Truth will be my guide, expecting nothing but the best. North, south, east, or west, it's gonna be a hell of a ride. There's a great big world just waiting for you, a great big world to see. Take it for a spin, enjoy the life you're in, and make it the best it can be. Oh, make it the best it can be. I've been around enough to know that happiness is a friend. Take it anywhere, up, down, here, or there. Take it to the very end. There's a great big world just waiting for you, a great big world to see. Take it for a spin, enjoy the life you're in, and make it the best it can be. Oh, make it the best it can be. The corners of the earth, the edges of your mind, with openness and love, be gentle, please be kind. There's a great big world waiting for you, a great big world to see. Take it for a spin, enjoy the life you're in, and make it the best, and make it the best, and make it the best it can be. Best it can be, the best it can be, the best it can be. Oh, there's a great big world just waiting for you, a great big world to see. Take it for a spin, enjoy the life you're in, and make it the best it can be. Oh, make it the best it can be, the best it can be, the best it can be, the best it can be. Oh, the best it can be, the best it can be, the best it can be, the best it can be.
Okay, from your lips to the universe's ears and to everybody who's listening, take this world for a spin. Make it the best you could be this week. Make some good choices and love you all. Thank you for showing up. Namaste.